Grand Rising, loves, Grand Rising. This is your Sunday coaching and reads today. I'm about to get ready to clear some more of my energy right now before I jump into anything. So if you're jumping on, just say hi. We're going to be talking about protection today, and we're going to be doing the 11-11 card reads like we always do. So I'm just centering my energy right now. Say hi if you're jumping on. We're going to be talking about the importance of protection. And first card, I'm doing the deck right now, pulling cards for the collective for everyone that'll be on this session today. So one just flew out. How is your Sunday? You're rising this wonderful, wonderful AM. Are you protecting your energy? Do you even know what that looks like? How to protect your energy? What am I talking about? And I'm still centering my energy, you guys. I think that's all going to be from that deck. How are you doing? Hi, love. How are you doing? How are you doing? I got one card that just pulled out. You can't make this up. This is for the collective. So today we're going to be talking about protection and protecting your energy. Why it's so important to protect your energy. So a lot of times we will protect everything else but our energy. We'll protect our cell phones. We'll protect our house. We'll protect our car. Hi, love. But we won't protect our main source, our energy. And our energy is our currency in this reality. So, you see that? Because it's not even a card. Okay. So I'm right now pulling cards for the collective, everyone that's on today, to see what energy is coming up for us. And out of one deck, I can go on and tell you, Spirit isn't playing. There's a lot of energies going on right now with this blood moon. You might be feeling anxiety. You might be feeling stressed. You might be having a lot of stuff coming into your life. Let me know what's going on with you guys. How is life treating you? Are you going through it or are you going through it? Different energies. We talk about that. Different energies. Different energies. You can be in the midst of chaos and still go through it with your head held up high. But if it's dragging you down, that means it's messing up your internal gauge. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too, love. Happy Sunday to you too. So, we're going over protection today. Okay, there it is. Okay. These are the two cards that came out for the collective. The first card from the first deck is take time to breathe out. Are you breathing? Are you doing any deep core breathing? Are you letting the outside world determine your internal gauge? All this is a part of protecting your energy. So Spirit knows exactly what it's doing when this card was the first card they pulled out. I got to tell my clients, your first tool of protection or anything is your breath. You came here on your breath. You will leave with your breath. So if you can't think of anything else that I talk about or anyone else talks about on these different channels, think about your breath. When the world is getting chaotic and you seem like you just can't, because a lot of times when we're in chaos, we do this. We already breathe shallow, but we do this even more shallow breathing. Sometimes we'll hold our breath, and that is the trauma response. We'll get caught in fear. So take time to breathe. And I'm not talking about shallow breathing. I'm talking about deep gut breathing from your core, from your root. Do y'all need to see what that looks like right now? It looks like, I'm going to stand up for you guys. Up in here. Let's talk about this abdominal region. You see how expansive that is? You see how I expanded from my root, from my core? When I had filled my chest up, my chest, that's the kind of breathing I'm talking about. That breathing helps to regulate your nervous system, your immune system, all this different stuff. Because when you are stressed and you are in chaos, everything is starting to shut down. Your nervous system is going chaotic. Your immune system is like, okay, what is going on? We're in fight or flight mode. So this is how you take care of your well-being. This is all a part of protecting your energy. So the next card that came out, Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. That was the second card. This came up for the collective. If you guys want your personal read, let me know. The link, the Cash App and is down there. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put the PayPal in like I did last time. Hold on one second. Let me see. How do I type on this screen? Oh yeah, comments. Okay, there it is. Y'all give me 1 second. And I will put the PayPal just in case someone wants to do it. PayPal. Yes. So are you protecting your energy? You guys can be communicating and let me know how is the energies treating you right now. Like, are you protecting yourself? Are you loving yourself? Are you holding space for yourself? Or are you just letting this world bring you in chaos? That's what we don't want to be doing. Letting the outside world determine our inside world, and then we stay in this loop of chaos. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. That right there, did I just put it in? Okay, yeah. That is my PayPal if you want your personal read. So, the Mother Rose, returning to each other. That means returning back to yourself, knowing who you are at your core, going inside of yourself and digging up all the trauma, all the pain, or whatever else is stopping you from knowing who you are at your core. Compassion for yourself. When you learn how to have compassion for yourself, you learn how to have compassion for others. But if you don't have that, you can only give someone else what you have inside of you. So if you don't have a true foundation of unconditional love for yourself, you're not able to love people the way they need to, because you don't even value yourself. You don't even have compassion for yourself. You can't even hold space for yourself. So how are you going to hold space for someone else, and when they're going through their traumas, whatever else, if you can't hold space for yourself? So have compassion for yourself. And humanity. Humanity has kind of lost its way, but it's not really anything to worry about because Spirit knows exactly what it's doing. That's why we are on this grand awakening right now. That's why so many people is awakening, asking more questions, saying like, look, I don't agree with this paradigm. I don't agree with slaving at a job every day, 9 to 5, and then have to retire at 80 years old and they're study trying to push up the date. Like, really? We came here to be, not be in a machine, not be in someone else's reality. We came here to be the beings that we are. So yes, this is why we are on this grand awakening, and people don't want to agree to that because we're not. Like, the universe knows exactly what it's doing. Thank you guys for the hearts. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. Like, yeah. Whispers of Mother Earth. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, and channel. These are all these gifts that you have inside of you. You have to pull these gifts out. How do you do that? By going inside of yourself, uprooting whatever does not serve you. All that baggage, all that energy. And I want to say this because sometimes we're not even aware of the chaos that we're living in internally. We are in victim mode. It's everybody else's fault. Nothing is my fault. It's everybody else. The world is against me. And I understand that mentality. I understand it. I used to be there, and I'm not judging anyone. But it's levels of awareness within yourself. Don't be afraid to look at those shadows. Don't be afraid to say, well, dang, I'm a really negative person. Let me change this around because I don't like this. I don't like this energy I'm in. You know, this is how you start to getting inside of yourself and finding out what feels right to me and my higher purpose, what doesn't feel right to me. If this is somebody else's stuff, let me let this go. If this is my stuff, my wounds, let me let this go. All of this internal healing work means, okay, beautiful spider. I have a green spider that then came back to visit. So that means creation. That means spider energy means create your own reality. If you know anything about spiders, let me see. I don't want to. He's on the tarot card, so I'm gonna let him just get off. He's doing his own thing. I guess he's blessing us with his energy. Okay. Good morning, beautiful soul. And we had Ashley funeral service yesterday. Absolutely. Hi, love. How are you doing? And I am so sorry for your loss and everything that is going on in your life, and I completely understand where you are right now. So just hold space for whatever emotions that you're feeling coming up. Hold space. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not supposed to feel these emotions. Feel them and let them go in your own time. Just be aware of not to stay caught up in the chaos. I'm just centering my energy right now. And this, I'm just sending love just because the collective, anyone on here, if you're open to receive love, just receive an abundance of love. Feel just vibrational love filling your cup up. Whatever you're going through, let it go. Whatever pain, whatever trauma, whatever loss, whatever is in your reality that is shaking you at your core, let it go. Hold space for yourself to feel the emotions. Don't judge them. Don't judge them. The emotions are there to feel. You're meant to feel them, but you're meant to let them pass. You let those emotions come up, rise, release, let them go, and let them pass. Whew. I love you, love, and you got this. She's at peace. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, yes. And that is, you hold that dear to you. And you be at peace too. And you got this. You got this. Anyone on here, I'm telling you, whatever your life is throwing your way, you don't have to get caught up in the chaos of it. We came here, we are co-creators. We are creators of our own reality. We came here to learn how to master ourselves and learn how to master our energy. And this is why protecting your energy is so important, because when you're not setting those boundaries, physical boundaries or energetic boundaries, and you're letting anybody just treat you any kind of way or step over you or say anything to you, or negative entities just latch on to your energy, then you're not standing up in your power. And when people ask me one of the biggest ways to protect your energy, and the simplest, I always have simple answers, is knowing your power. That is the simplest answer, is knowing your power. But a lot of times it takes a lot of work to get there, to know your power. And I'm going to tell you, especially if you don't know it, it's going to take the work. And you got to be willing to put in the work to get there. Don't say it like, oh, it's too hard. No, I didn't get it right the first time. I'm just going to give up. Then you go back to the old paradigm, which you know you're still living in chaos and it doesn't serve you. So why not go into the unknown? Venture off into healing yourself. Venture off into letting go of what no longer serves. When you first started doing this work, you're going to have a really big push and pull battle between you and your ego. And it's not to get rid of the ego. How do you get past childhood traumas? And this is what we're talking about too, love. All this is included. It's not about letting go of the ego. It's about integrating with the ego. But the ego has been running amok for so long, because the ego is a part of your consciousness and your unconscious mind, which is wrapped up in those traumas, those limited beliefs, those programmings that have been put on us since eons, from past lifetimes to this lifetime. And all that is encoded within there. So what we have to do, we have to start sitting with ourselves, not let this outside world, like this outside world has taught us to not treasure ourselves. It's to do everything for everyone else, for your job, for your family, for this and this and that. But if you are not at your core first, you can't put all that energy into everything else. That's why you're drained. That's why you're tired. That's why you're sick. That's why you feel depleted, because you're giving away everything that you don't even have anymore inside of you. You don't even have it to give. So that's why self-love is so important. Before, in my program, if you become one of my clients, in my program, I will not get my clients to do any kind of trauma work, shadow work, until we get to a foundation of unconditional love within yourself. Because you cannot hold space for those demons and those shadows if you do not love yourself. You will look at them and you will judge them, and then you will be right back in this loop. This is why people can't heal. This is why they can't get past certain things, because they're getting stuck in that loop. They try to do shadow work and try to learn about shadow work and inner child work, and started trying to do those different exercises, but still don't love and value themselves. You have to have that foundation of unconditional love within yourself. You have to know what it feels like to be loved, to feel what this feeling feels like, and then you can hold space for that wounded version of you, that wounded inner child, that wounded teenage version, that shadow. Then you can hold space and say, I see you and I love you, and your feelings are so validated. And then you move out of those energies together, because now this part of yourself feels protected. It doesn't feel like, oh, I can't go into this anymore, because if I go into this energy, this is what a lot of times happens when we don't feel protected in ourselves and feel this foundation within ourselves, and then we try to go into these energies. We're not affirming these parts of ourselves that it's safe to even go there. Like, is it really safe for me to look at my childhood trauma of being beat or abused or molested? Is it really safe? Did you really hold a space for yourself to even go into those energies? Or did you just try to start going into those energies and then get caught up in chaos and stuff like that? You have to have a foundation of unconditional love within yourself. And this is what I teach my clients. Like, we won't even touch trauma week. By the time trauma week starts, they have already built this level within themselves that their unconscious mind is like, look, I'm ready. Here's the trauma. Let's get it out. So we have to start building this love in yourself. How does it look to love yourself? Start asking yourself, how do I want to be loved? If people around you are not treating you the way that you know that you're worthy, that you're worth of being treated, you got to start moving some things around. Even if you are in a relationship And a lot of times, relationships in general, with children, significant others, or whatever, just all relationships. But I want to talk about relationships in general with a partner. They bring up a lot of wounds inside of us that really needs to be healed. And a lot of people say, well, I'm studying getting these narcissistic personalities coming towards me, and I'm studying getting these same people in my life that are abusive or that whatever else. That's because you vibrated that energy towards you. And it's not to beat you up to say, oh my goodness, I vibrated this toward me. No. These energies are coming into your life as teachers. Like, these people are teachers in different forms. You have teachers that are high vibrational like me. Then you have teachers of life that are not so high vibrational, that are showing you some things that, look, you need to turn a mirror on the inside. And then we get caught up in it like, oh my God, and you stay in victim mode. It's not meant to keep you in victim mode. It's meant for you to see yourself in the darkest and pull yourself out of the trenches. Pull yourself out of it. Because anybody on this live, we've all been through things in our life. And one piece of thing I want you to look at right now. Let's take a minute and look right now. Everything that has happened in your life that meant to break you. Everything. I want you to think about it. Just think about it. Now I want you to think of how you survived, because you wouldn't be on this live if you did not survive. How you came out on top when you did not see a way. Go into that energy. Look how powerful you are. Go into the power of what you have inside of you. That's your power. And you're meant to cultivate that power. You're meant to learn more about that power. You're meant to nurture that power. That's your gift. That's your power. Every time you thought you couldn't get through something, what happened? You got through it. Then something else came and you got through it. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be physically here with me on this live right now. So everybody that's on this live, you got through those obstacles. Did you get through them? Because you're here. So I know you did. Love, you got this. If you need help, I am here for you. This is what I do. That's why I do these live free coachings every Sunday, to uplift your spirit, to get you realize who you are at your core. And if you want to work more one-on-one, the link is in my bio. Oh my God, I'm telling you, when we are so locked up in chaos, we don't see a way. And I completely understand. When I was at my sickest point in my life, when I was severely depressed, almost 300 pounds, on 20-something different prescription medicines a day, depression, anxiety, bipolar, heart condition medicine, just name migraines, name a whole heap of stuff. I was a medical walking pharmaceutical. Yeah, I was. I did not love myself. I did not know my worth. I slept around with me and did not care about myself. Like, now, I won't open my stuff up to my significant other if we ain't in the right energy. I know my worth. My flower is not finna bloom open for anyone if it's not the right energy. So, but at one point in time, I did not know my worth. I didn't love myself. I didn't care for myself. I was a people pleaser. I let people overstep their boundaries. I didn't have boundaries within myself. That's why you have to go inside and pull out the stuff. You have to be ready to face it. And if you can't face it alone, that's why you get someone to walk you through those containers to help you face those shadows. Because sometimes those shadows are hard to face. I'm not going to lie. It's hard to face. And I went through so many different things of healing my shadows that Spirit took me through. And I go back and look back at it. I'm like, you know what? I see you, Spirit. I see why I had to transmute so many different energies so I can help other people so they won't get in these same situations, these same sticky spots. From when I first got into my mediumship gifts, I had negative entities coming to attack me. Had that happen. When I went to a mental hospital because it was trauma mixed in with my gifts coming on board. My gifts were heightening up in my spiritual awakening, plus the trauma, and so that was just a whole chaos. Like, I had to transmute some stuff in this reality. You know what I mean? So this is why it's so important to be able to feel safe in yourself, hold space for yourself, love yourself, and if you can't do it on your own, get someone to help you. Me or anyone else. I'm not just saying me. Anybody you vibe with. Any coach, any therapist, anybody you vibe with. You have to go inside and face whatever that does not serve you. When we're not facing those things, we're study living in chaos. We're study letting our energy just be depleted and wondering why we're so sick and so tired and we're depressed and we're suicidal and we're all these different things. Love you, love. Thank you so much, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so this is why it is so important to do this work. So many people say that they're ready, they're ready, they're ready, they're ready. And I get it. On a super conscious, unconscious level, even maybe a conscious level, you are ready. But then there's something inside of you that's really not ready. You're really afraid. It's the fear that's controlling you. You're really afraid to face those wounds. You're really afraid to face those traumas. And let me tell you what's happening. If you're so afraid to face those wounds and traumas, you are legitimately still re-traumatizing yourself every day. Because every time you're sitting and doing something and you're just unconsciously, and then those memories flood in from last year or whenever some traumatic event happened, they flood in. Your unconscious mind does not know if that has happened to you in the moment or if it happened in the past. So therefore, you are being physically, energetically re-traumatized in that experience. Because you're afraid to finally sit with it and face it and love yourself and not people. When people hurt us, hurt people. So the people that hurted you were people that were hurt before. This is why we break up. This is why, as healers, we came here to break this paradigm. That's why a lot of time we came in chaotic situations, chaotic lineages. And we went through so much stuff and continue to go through so much stuff. Because we're breaking down the walls of this reality that do not serve a higher consciousness. That's why this work is so important. That's why it's so important to wake up to your healing potential, to heal yourself first and then help heal other people. Like you can learn everything you want to learn by book, by going to school, by taking different courses to teach you about Reiki, becoming a therapist and all this other stuff. But if you're not implementing those tools on thyself, then you really don't really know how to really help your clients transform. You have to learn how to implement everything. Everything that I teach my clients is what I've been through, what I'm going through, the tools that I go back to when shit looks chaotic. Like, this is an everyday thing. This is a living, breathing, eating, piecing type of stuff. You know what I mean? This isn't, okay, I just go on Sunday, and then after Sunday, I'm right back in the chaos. No. If you want to transform your life, you have to become this. You have to breathe it. You have to sleep it. You have to become it. Even in the hard times, and especially in the hard times. That's when you're really being tested, in the hard times. So it is very, very, very important to learn who you are at your core, to go inside of yourself, pull back the wounds, pull back the layers, and address what is going on so you can be your highest vibrational self. And this is why protecting your energy is so important. So let me see. Yes, it is. It's part of self. You gotta include the work every day. Yes. And that's why I sometimes I don't understand it. But it's a beautiful frog. I'm just getting nature everywhere. You came out in the middle of the daytime, froggy. You know, frogs mean abundance. They mean abundance and joy and luck. Hey, little froggy, you over here with our laugh? Let me see if I can get y'all to see the little froggy. Hold on 1 second. You on the live? Say hi. He moved away. He's camera shy. He said, I'm just coming to vibe. I love being in nature. Y'all know I'm always out here in nature. Yes, it is a part. Yes. And nature is always talking to us. And nature has so many different symbolisms, so many different words, so many different... Oh my God. When you just sit in nature, you remember who you are at your core. You are a part of nature. The froggy, yes. I never see him in the daytime. It's just like, okay, you vibing with us today. Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Mother Earth. I appreciate it. But yes. It's this, I'm telling you, I know so many people are dealing with so many things, and I know because the energies that are going on, like the energies are really here to show things, to bring things to the surface. And that's why you see so much chaos going on in the world. And don't even pay your consciousness, let your consciousness go into that chaos of what's going on in the world. Because when you do, you're going to help create that. We're not creating that. We see it for what it is. We're aware of what's going on in the world, but we're not letting our consciousness create any more of this chaos. We are doing what we need to do to heal ourselves, to improve our life, and become the highest vibration, so we raise the collective consciousness. That's how we do. We raise the collective consciousness. How we do that? One person at a time. One person at a time. Hi, love, how are you doing? One person at a time. Waking up to their true divinity. Answering their soul's calling. Putting off whatever it is, however they want to put it off into the world. And living in that vibration. That's how we change the paradigm. It's not about trying to make Congress change or make anybody else change. That's not going to happen. They have that the system is in place. But if you want to break the system, you have to break the system one by one. Helping each other one by one. Let me get some water, you guys. And don't forget, I'm still doing the card reads if anybody's interested. They're right here, and the PayPals and everything is up there. So, let me see what I wrote down today when we're going into protection. Oh, yeah, that's my poem that I was going to... I'm going to do a piece to that poem, actually. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So, protection in itself. Does anybody know why protection is so important? Like, I've said a lot today, but I just want to know, why do you feel like it's so important? Why protecting your energy is so important? I want us to talk back and forth. Let's have an open conversation here today. You guys are getting coached, but let's have a dialogue here. Why do you think protecting your energy is so important? So, yes. Very much so. Very much so. Yes. That is one aspect. Yes, and that is a very important aspect of it. When we are protecting our energy, we're not just protecting our physical vessel and, from being depressed or being sad or anything like that. We're protecting our emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual vessel as well. We're saying that we know our power and we're not going to let anyone, because no one has power over you unless you give them power over you. No one. No entity, no person, no nothing has power over you unless you give that power away. Now, it's easy to give your power away if you don't even realize the power you have inside of you. And that's why it's more than just a mindset. Like, mindset is so important. That's why I'm a spiritual mindset coach, because I teach my clients in the arena of mindset. But getting to your core of who you are at your soul level is so important, because you discover the beauty inside of yourself. You discover the beauty in the world. You discover the beauty in everyone else. You discover the beauty in the cosmos. You discover who you are at your core and who and what you're connected to. You are God 3D. You are God source energy in 3D form. We are all the same energy. It's only one energy that made everything, that made the trees, is living in the trees, is living in the cats, living in the frog, living in me, living in you. We are here to experience. We came here in this reality to experience, to get the whole hue of this beautiful reality. And then when we get here, we get locked up in the chaos. And we like, oh, this reality is not fun. Like, no. And we wanted to legitimately come here. Like, this reality isn't fun. Like, what? Like, no. But we signed up for this. If we did not, we would not be here. We would not be here. So, another reason why protecting your energy is so important is that it centers you. It centers your energy, and that's your soul. It gets you back to your core and lets you know who you are. So when you said the right thing, it centers you. It centers you back into your knowingness and your beingness. It's not letting your energy just flow everywhere else. Another thing is it maintains your energy. It maintains you. Like if your energy isn't maintained, and that means that your supply will be drained. You're not keeping a constant supply. Like, even on the days, because we're going to all go through emotions and stuff like that, they're going to come up. But even on those days, your new low is not your old low. But if you're steady finding yourself at your old low, Grand Rising Love, how are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you so much, love. If you're steady finding yourself at your old low, you don't even know what a new low looks like. I don't know who that is. And you don't even know what a new low looks like, then it's some work that needs to be done. And that's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. We don't do any judging around here. We only walk in unconditional love for ourselves. And when we know how to do that, we know how to do that for everyone else. So don't judge yourself. Just be aware. Like, when I first started doing this work and Spirit was guiding me, Spirit just started tugging me and was like, and I didn't want to face some of these shadows inside of myself. And I was like, because I was judging them. I was like, oh, wait, that was some bad decisions, or oh, wait, I didn't like the energy. I did not like the emotion that came up with it. And Spirit was just like, no, you got to do it. You got to go into it. I'm telling you. And I just kept following that little inner voice, that little higher voice. And every time I followed that voice, it proved me right. It proved the ego wrong. It proved my higher self right. I'm like, you know what? This feels so much better because I'm not judging it. And the voice would never tell you to judge it. If the voice is telling you to judge it, it's not your higher self, it's your ego. That's how you know the difference. Your ego is more nagging. Your higher self is this subtle, intuitive voice that's just guiding you in the direction. It's just very subtle, but you know it. It's just a knowing. It's how you start to learn the difference of the energies between yourself. And I had to learn how to do all this work, especially with my mediumship gifts, because I'm clairvoyant as well, but I'm more so like I get pictures and stuff from spirit when I'm doing readings. But a lot of times spirit talks to me. I'm clairaudient. So I had to learn how to tell the difference between my own energies, spirit energies, my ego energies. Like, yeah. So you have to learn how to differentiate between all these different parts of yourself. We are multiple dimensional beings. So you're learning more about your multiple dimensional self. So yes. But yeah, that was one of the biggest challenges. And every time I get on this journey with myself, I always look at it. I look back and be like, you know what? And now I'm just at a point in my life, like I'm going through stuff right now. We're all going through stuff in our life right now. I look at it, I'm like, you know what? Every time I used to be like, oh my God, I can't get through this. Now my higher self, and I just be like, I'm gonna get through this. Like I know I'm gonna get through this. Like I always get through this. This is just another level of me leveling up that I'm going through. Like we have to go through things to level up. Like if you say, for example, if you are a famous swimmer, you had to learn how to swim. You had to learn how to go through all the different things to become this famous swimmer. Like basketball player, anything else. Why do we think life is so much more different? We just think life is supposed to be handed to us on a silver platter. Like silver platter. No. We go through these things because this right here lets us know how powerful we are, how strong we are, who and what we are connected to. Like, yes, that lets you know, because when you come out on the other end, you're like, that's why I did that video to let y'all know that I was going live. I'm a bad, even when I don't feel it, I'm still a bad. I don't want to curse. I don't know how much I can curse on TikTok. That's why I'm cutting the cursing out, because I don't know how much I can curse on TikTok. Hold on. But yes, loves. So, are you protecting your energy? Another thing about the importance of protecting your energy is that it says a lot about your self-worth and your self-love. Because if you don't know your self-worth and your self-love, you don't feel like anything needs to be protected. Like you just give everything. You give so much. You just study give, and nothing is being replaced back into you. You just study giving. Because you don't know your own value. You don't know your own self-worth. You don't know how treasured and how loved you are. You don't know how connected you are, how divinely protected you are. You don't know any of those things. So, protecting your energy is very important because it says a lot about how you stand up within yourself and how you know your power. It says a lot about when negative, we're going to go into a little bit more than about negative people around you. We're going to go into the energy of negative entities. Negative entities cannot touch you if you know your power. Can we say this again? Negative entities cannot touch you if you know your power. That's why the first thing of protection is knowing your power. And if you don't know your power, you do the different tools and different things to get you to know and remember your power. Because when you know these negative entities that we've created is what we've created within our consciousness, our collectiveness. So as we can create, we can get rid of them just as well. But when we are stuck in a lower vibrational frequency, we're always complaining, we're always negative, we're always whatever lower vibrational frequency we're in, we're whatever it is, they live in that frequency. They live there. So you're just like open grounds for them to just be like, oh. And so many people have stuff attached to them. Like sometimes COVID really made me aware of one of my gifts that I've always had when I was going out, when I was in the club, before I even woke up or anything like that. Good morning, love. God sent me here. Say hi, love. Yes, Spirit doesn't play. Spirit doesn't play. Yes. We're all energetically connected. When I used to go out to the clubs and stuff like that, and I used to be in the clubs and then all of a sudden get hot all of a sudden and just start coughing, like a full cough blowout. So when COVID happened and I would be in stores and stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? This brings back memories when I used to go out and it used to happen all the time. Now this is happening now, and it's because I'm in communication with my team and my higher self. That was like you're picking up on these entities and stuff that are attached to people. So sometimes I will be places and all of a sudden, especially when COVID had happened, and I would be in stores just having this full breakdown cough. They looking like, what's she got going on? She got something going on. But it was really the energies I was feeling. I had started getting a little anxiety about going to stores, and I had to pull that back. I'm like, I'm not getting anxiety. So when I go into stores now, I shield my energy. Make sure my energy is shielded. Sometimes when those energies come my way, I stand in my power, I push my power out, and then I'm like, no, you gotta go. You're not allowed in this energy field over here. You can go somewhere else with that. You gotta go. But a lot of people have so much stuff attached to them because they're study living in chaos. They're study living in turmoil. They're study living in wounds. And that's what those negative entities feed off of. They feed off your fear. If you are not living in fear, they don't have any control over you. It's no control over you. None. But when you are caught in chaos and stuck in fear and stuck in all this other stuff, then you're just there for the pickings. Because you're not protecting yourself. You don't even know. You have no clue of nothing at all. So, I said that to not beat anybody up. Don't be judging yourself on this live. If you just jumped on, we don't judge ourselves. We do not judge ourselves. This is bringing awareness to yourself. This is being awareness so you can start going inside and doing this work. Good morning, love. Grand Rising, love. From San Francisco. How is the weather there? Hi, love. I'm so glad you're on here too, love. Thank you. But yes, so you have to know your power and stand in your power. And if you don't know your power, you have to reconnect to your power. So we've been so disconnected from it. It's cold. Is it cold? Really? Oh, wow. I'm in Mississippi. It's warm out here. Actually, my air is acting up in the house. So, I don't even let that so bother me. The old me would have been like, your air is acting up. You're irritated. You're frustrated. No. Those outside forces do not control my internal gauge. My septic tank, I got to get my landlord to come out here next week. My septic tank is acting up. No. That does not have anything to do with my vibration. Nothing at all. That is fear, false evidence appearing real. It will work its way out in divine timing. Absolutely beautiful yesterday in San Jose, California, San Francisco. Where the fuck it does? Okay. Oh goodness, I can't wait. I'm ready to go to California. I'm ready to see have y'all seen the big red trees? I want to go visit those beautiful trees. Oh my God. Yes. Yesterday I was all in beach mode. I woke up yesterday morning smelling the beach. Like the beach has been calling me. I'm eventually moving to Florida. Either I'm gonna have it might not be a main house there. It might just be like Airbnb. I'm going to visit back and forth. But that is one of my goals. But I love being near water and near the ocean. And I'm just at even more peace then. But I was just channeling all the ocean vibes yesterday. I was just smelling it, legitimately going into the visualization, feeling like I'm on the beach. The redwoods, I know they're beautiful. And I was just feeling all that energy yesterday. And then my sister came over and she went to the beach. I said, I must have been feeling your energy coming this way, going to the beach. But I know I'm going to be in the beach sometime this summer. But yes. This work is so important, you guys. I love being on here every Sunday to be able to empower you, to encourage you to take your power back. If you need help, y'all know how to find me. Don't be letting these fake accounts fool you, because I will never inbox anyone saying, do you want a reading or anything like that. If you guys want a reading from me, a coaching session, my coaching program, the link is in my bio. Everything is up there. Everything is legit. I'm an ocean barber too. I go there and rest my mind, my head. Yes, it's the ocean. I'm telling you, when we just, oh my God, when I just sit at the ocean and just see the vast, like it's just like you get lost like you're in a whole different universe or planet. It's just like you just get lost, like, and it's like a beautiful loss. It's just like I'm engulfed by nature, and nature's just, oh, the waves and everything just going over you. I'm just visualizing right now, you guys. Thank you so much, love. Thank you. I'm just visualizing. But yes, so protecting your energy is important, because when you don't protect your energy, you can't even sit with yourself and have these peaceful moments. You are always in chaos. Your mind is always going. Like so many people say, I can't meditate because I can't quiet my mind. I understand that. I used to be one of those people. I thought I could never meditate. I used to be like, I'm never gonna be able to get this meditation down. My spirit guides was like, nope, you come on, you got to do it. So they had me actually, when I first started this journey I was on disability then because that's when I was sick. I was really sick back then. And so I didn't have to go out and work or, make a living or anything because I had my disability check. So there was a beautiful time. Everything works in divine order. It's a beautiful time because I was sitting in the house and meditating for hours at a time. I would meditate and go into trances. Like I would legitimately go into trances. I sometime dimensional travel, and I would dimensional travel during those times. That's when I did the video about the Kriyas and stuff like that. That's when I discovered, because I didn't know what these were until I went to a spiritual retreat, and I met one of my beautiful friends now. She told me, she said, "Have you ever heard of Kriyas?" I told her about this, and she was like, I said no. And then I had to go on this journey of searching out what they were, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what spirit has been doing to my body. Like it was so much caught up energy in my body. Like I would legitimately be on the floor sometime, like fully consciously aware, but on the floor sometime because spirit had jerked my body in so many different ways of getting this packed up energy out of me. Like it was legitimately packed energy. Trauma. Like I stayed in trauma because my mom used to be on drugs, so I was always in a state of fear all the time. Like, what if she's gonna be like, she's sober and everything now, which is so beautiful, and we have a beautiful relationship. But as a kid, my inner child, I had to go back and retell her that she's safe. I had to go back there and sit with her and let her know everything is going to be okay, because I was always in chaos. My nervous system was always in chaos. What if we get the phone call that my mom is dead? What if this and that? You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's a lot of those traumas we have to, as adults, we have to heal, and we don't realize. And a lot of time people are like, well, you know what? And even with the spanking thing, with children, they'll say, well, we were spanked and we're okay, but are you really okay? Like, I'm not, like, are you really, really okay? Like, we are physical adults, but so many adults are walking around in chaos. Can't even see the beauty in everyday life. Everything is just blah. Like, so are you really okay? You might be physically looking okay, but are you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually okay? No, you're not. And you won't realize that until you start going inside of yourself. You won't realize this until you start facing those wounds and those shadows. You won't realize that until you do some deep soul searching work. You won't realize any of those things. So going inside of yourself, finding out who you are before the trauma, before the chaos, before the programming, before whatever else, how did your soul want to show up? And that's why I do a lot of exercise on here when I get you guys to go back to your inner child. I get my clients to do that too. Because your inner child held a vibration that was so high that knew, like, your inner child knew the blueprint of what you were here to do. Like, it's just when we started getting caught up in the illusions of our family and the systems that we were put into that we completely forgot. Like, your parents might have wanted you to be this and do that, but you wanted to be an artist. Or you might have wanted to, you know what I mean? Or you might have loved playing with this as a kid, but you couldn't do, all those different things. So you pulled away from who you were. And you started agreeing with this paradigm of, well, they're the adults or they're whatever, so they know better than me, When a lot of times it's not true, because they lost themselves in the system as well. So that is what we're doing. That's why I am going through. That's what you're going through. That's what you're going through right now, love. Yes, 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 yes. And hold space for yourself. It is okay. Hold space for yourself while you're going through these emotions. Let these emotions come up. Do not judge them. Do not judge them. Do not judge them. Because when you judge them, that's when you keep them locked. You keep them stuck in your body. You keep them stuck in your energetic field. And because you're telling yourself, oh, you're not loved. You're not worthy. Like, you're judging that part of yourself. This is yourself. Like, you have to be your biggest hero. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. If you're not your biggest cheerleader, then who else going to be your biggest cheerleader? Because I can tell you all day that you're beautiful and you're healthy and you're whole and you're complete and you're divine being. But if you don't feel that within yourself, you might feel it for a minute while we're here, but then you go back and you're like, oh, here it is again. You have to build that within yourself. Like I tell my clients when we work together, I'm like, let me lend you that vibration until we build that bridge in yourself. Until we get you there so you can know your worth and know your power. Let me lend that to you. And that's why I do this work. So I can lend that vibration to others until they can discover it in themselves. And when they discover it in themselves, they can go off and do what they need to do. Like, that's why I have programs, and they're set certain times usually, because I don't want people to have to rely on me all the time. Like, if you want for me to walk you through this situation, I'll walk you through it. I have no problem with doing that. But that's one thing about the system I want to talk about a little bit, because I've had clients to tell me that they've actually fired their therapist to work, because when they started working in my program, they got more results than that. And it has nothing to do with the therapist, because the therapist know what I'm talking about, and probably even more mentally. But had they implemented those tools, had they went through the same work, they just learned it on paper. Like I went through NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, to learn more about this intellectually, but I know about this by going through it myself. I've been through it, went through it, study going through it, study processing it, doing it in certain other areas of my life, and then I'm teaching it to other people. So and then a lot of times too, it's a lot of red tape there. There's a lot of red tape with the system, because it's a system. The system wants you to want to feed it every day. Like you go to a therapist for years and years and years on time. Like you've been studying as a therapist like 10 or 15 years. Like my 16-week program, at the end of 16 weeks, you have everything inside of you that you need to be able to continue on this journey. Like you don't have to have me. You have my number. You can text me and be like, I tell my clients all the time. Like even if you get a bracelet from me, I will text you and then you will have my number. Save my number. If you need something, don't feel like you can't contact me. Like contact me. And I have clients that pop up that have went through my program, and they'll text me and they'll be like, Gabby, this is going on. And if I can't get to them right then and there that day, they've already built the self-love within themselves and know that they can do this. They was like, you know what? And I come back and tell them what is going on and what I feel was coming up. And they're like, you know what? I got through it. Everything that you taught me, I was able to get through it that way. And this is just confirmation along the way. So, I don't want to have to hold anyone's hand for the rest of their life. You need to go off and whatever your soul came here to do, I'm just reminding you who you are at your core. I'm just waking you up to who you are at your core. I want you to go off and spread the same vibration, spread the same love to someone else. Because the people that you're meant to vibe with, the people in your soul tribe that you're meant to help, you got to do that for yourself. You got to wake up and help them. So we're all teachers and students along this journey. That's what we are. I'm trying. It's so hard. And I know it is, love. If you need my help, love, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad you were able to get this and be able to start bringing this energy up in yourself of love, of whatever you're going through. You don't have to let it break you. It's not meant to break you. Like as children, we go towards those challenges. As adults, we're afraid of those challenges. As children, we'll climb a tree and don't care whatever else and fall on our butt and whatever else. As adults, we're afraid to climb that tree. Like what made us so afraid? Like as children, we came here little fearless warriors, little fearless warriors in little bitty meat sacks. And as adults, we're these tall adults that are afraid of everything in life. Like we were little bitty warriors. You know anything about a child, they're little bitty warriors. So I'm going to probably be on for about maybe 15 more minutes. About 15 more minutes. And let me know if you still want any cards. The cards are still here. They're still here. I've been loving this deck lately, this rose deck, because it really embodies the unconditional love. It really embodies just that frequency of unconditional. Even the back of the card is very, very beautiful. It's very beautiful. Empathic and highly intuitive. Thank you for the roses, love. Intuitive, but so full of trauma. I don't know how to tap in. So, hold on, love. Right now, I wouldn't even get you to move in the direction of trying to bring your gifts out, especially if you're still wrapped in a lot of trauma. Because what will happen, I didn't have a physical teacher at the time when I was going through this. My twin flame had passed away. So that right there catapulted my spiritual awakening. So all these gifts started coming on board and stuff like that. So I told you I had these different scares and different stuff like that. So with that being said, that energy, when those gifts come on board and that trauma is still sitting there, it can cause. That's why a lot of people, when they're going through a spiritual awakening, they feel like they're breaking down. Like they feel like they're legitimately going through a brain fragmentation. Because it's like, oh my God, this what I've never seen before, what it feels good, what feels right, because this is what you came here, what you already knew this in the beginning, you just lost it and forgot it. So you started pulling towards this energy because it feels right, but then you're breaking down the old paradigm of what doesn't serve you anymore, and it causes like a battle within your unconscious mind. And so that battle can show up in different ways. So before, love, you even tap into whatever spiritual abilities you have, like I'm pretty sure you got a lot of them there, start cultivating yourself. Start asking yourself questions. Start to, when you have an emotion come up, when you have something that comes up, when you get triggered by something, just start asking yourself, why is this triggering me? Why am I getting triggered by something? Because if someone says something to you and it doesn't have any resonancy within you, you won't get triggered. Like, it's been stuff that I used to get triggered by when, like, me and my boyfriend, if we had gotten into it about something I used to get triggered by. I don't even trigger by it because I see that's a reflection of what's going on inside of him. It has nothing to do with me. And then after I don't even get into that energy anymore because it doesn't vibrate with me, then he comes to the realization within himself that, that was wrong. I should have said that. That's something I did look within myself. And that's how what I just explained right there is how you do the work on yourself, and you show other people how to show up in the energy as well. Because if I would get triggered by the exact same things I just get triggered by, then I'm not growing within myself. I'm not taking responsibility for my own actions and my own energy. So, I'm not saying that I don't get triggered by stuff. And when I do get triggered, those are learning experiences. And then I do the work on those learning experiences. So, when they come again, because they will come again, it's kind of like Spirit saying, like, are you ready? Let me see if you're ready. They will come again. And when they come again, I don't react the same way. That's why. So don't get bad. Don't get mad or get upset or get in your feelings when you do get triggered by things. These triggers are here as teachers. They're not here to break you. Not here to say that you're worthless or whatever else. These things are here to show you, look, this is a part of you. You need to gain your power in this, but you're gonna have to face this first. You're going to have to face it before you get the treat at the end. Like we play video games. Like, you have to beat the big boss in the video game. Don't you have to do that before you move on to the next round? Don't it? After every little section, you have to. So these are these inner things inside of us, these inner demons, these inner turmoils because of the trauma and pain. Triggers are lessons. Yes. That's why we're feeling them. They're coming up for us to look at them, us to observe them, be aware. Your awareness is key. Your observation is key. We're supposed to be observers in this reality, not letting everything take us out of our energy. We're supposed to be masters of our energy. That's what we're learning how to do, master our energy, so we can use our energy to manifest the things we want to create in our life. Not let our energy be drained out by everything else and we don't have time and place and nothing to even bring our dreams to fruition. And you wonder why you're buying spell work or you're doing whatever else to manifest things in your life and they're not happening. Because your energy, all that momentum and that energy that goes toward whatever it is, you can have the best spellcaster, the best whatever it is. But if you don't, because they will even tell you themselves, if they legit, they will even tell you yourselves, I'm doing the part to hold space for you to bring this energy in. But if you don't do your part of the work, then it's not going to come in. It's all about your vibration and what you accept in your reality. Have a blessed day. I have a lot to do today, but thank you. Thank you so much, love. I'm so glad you're on. I'll be getting off in a minute as well myself. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. You got this. And if you need help, you know I'm here for you, love. You go off and be your highest vibrational self while you're doing those mundane things, because you're still a high vibrational being. Yes, but that's why this is so important. I'm telling you, no, we don't have to live in the same paradigm and the same thinking that we used to. We are awakening. Thank you, love. Love you. Have a wonderful day. We are awakening to our true self, the universe, the consciousness inside of all of us. That's why we're going through this grand awakening. It's waking up all this energy inside of us so we can remember who we are. We are awareness, becoming more aware of ourselves. The grandmother. I just shuffled the deck for us again. The grandmother. Remember your roots. I'm going to, I don't know if this, I'm going to decline the live because I don't know if that is a live that's trying to play those games, or if it's a live that really if it's somebody that's really trying to go live one-on-one to ask questions or whatever, let me know in the comments so I can be aware, because sometimes those games or whatever comes up and we're not in those energies. We are here to heal. We're here to transform. We're here to get in our higher vibrational state. We're here to protect our energy. We're here to love ourselves. This is what these lives are for on Sundays. These are coaching sessions for you to be able to go off in your day, in your week, to live in your higher vibrational self. And if you want more one-on-one, y'all know where to find me. My link is up there. But the energy that came up is the grandmother. Remember your roots. Perspective. Trust the weaving. It's that grandmother. Let me show you a beautiful card. That grandmother energy. Like we don't want to understand. Like we're legitimately living off our ancestors' prayers. We're legitimately the reincarnation of what some of these women and men and these different people could not do back then. We are legitimately the energy that they prayed for to break the paradigm. You tune in every Sunday. Okay, love. Yes, 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 yes. We are legitimately the energy to break the paradigm. When they couldn't get out of scarcity, they prayed for more for their future. They prayed more for their lineages. And we are the ones that are breaking this paradigm. Now, you've been gifted with a lot of gifts inside of you, but you have to realize what those gifts are. And you can't realize what those gifts are until you let go of what does not serve you. Your ancestors, your spirit team is there helping you. That's why I do when you get a soul transformational coaching call with me, we go over some of your animal spirit guides that are coming up. I want you to start getting used to working with your guides and your team behind you, because it's not just you here in this physical reality. When I was going through everything I was going through, if I did not have, I didn't have a physical guide here, but I had my team. Even though I didn't even know all my team then, they were steady coming on board little bit by little bit. And every time that they did, and I don't even know all my team now. Like I've seen like a ocean full of them, and I can't realize who all they are, but I am aware that they're there, and I acknowledge them when we sit down and do work. But this is the energy. Like your ancestors gifted you. Like when epigenetics says trauma can be passed on, so can those gifts, so can those wisdoms. That's why you get in the kitchen and start cooking something, and you don't need the measurements, because you're cooking with your ancestors. You're cooking with the lineages inside of you that knows all this already. It just comes natural. It's just a natural thing for you. That's why when your abilities come on board, and something like your mediumship or clairaudient or psychic abilities or whatever ability come on board, it just comes natural without you even having to really do so much research. All those gifts are already inside of you. Yes, a wolf can definitely be your spirit guide. A wolf is actually one of my spirit guides. Wolf bring up that energy of strength, of courage, of... If you know anything about wolves, they're very social animals within their group. They're very communal. They're about community. They're about working together as a unit. That's why they have that pack mentality, So it's all about finding your soul tribe, connecting with that energy, and building this security around yourself. It's also about claiming your strength back, knowing your strength. Like wolves know how powerful they are. You know what I mean? Like, do you know how powerful you are? And like, I have an animal spirit guide series on here. I don't think I went over wolf yet, but I will go over wolf. It's so many animals, but I think 12 different episodes on here. So if you guys, when you get off this live, go at the very top, I have a playlist, and the playlist, I'm plugging a lot of things in those playlists so y'all can go back and binge watch whenever you need to get your dose of high vibration and to learn more, to start cultivating these different things. So I have a playlist on there that goes over the animal spirit guides, how to work with them, how to show homage to them and stuff like that, and how to invoke these energies. And when I'm glad you brought up wolf, because if you know anything about Native American culture, what they would usually do when you see them wear like different like wolf hide or bear hides when they're doing ceremonial work and stuff like that, what they are doing, they are embodying the energy of that being. They are embodying the energy of themselves, because these different animal spirit guides, we've been these different animal spirit guides in different lifetimes. That's why they are so connected to us, because we've been and we've invoked these energies, so these energies are inside of us anyways. So they get into the energy of that animal, of the wolf, and they howl and they get back into like the wolf energy. Also brings out that divine feminine energy, that freeness, that just, it brings out so much power and just strength. The divine feminine itself is so strong and magnetizing and so powerful. It's just that she's been pushed down for so long because of the programmings, because of the wounded masculine energy. And so that wolf energy brings up that. So when you ever see Native American cultures in that, and I don't know a lot about my part of my culture. I am half Native American as well, but my biological father died when I was 3, so I never got a chance to meet that part of my family. But I do research within those areas as well, because I want to know more about my people and my lineages of where I came from. So with that being said, it's a lot. That's what they're doing. They're invoking that spirit of that animal so they can start feeling that power within themselves, so they can remind themselves. So that's a physical representation of when they're invoking that energy. So when you learn how to work with your animal spirit guides, you learn how to invoke that energy. So say, for example, if you need courage or strength or whatever, and whatever you're going on in your day, you sit within a meditation, call up on the animal spirit guide. They're going to be get into your awareness, trying to let you know we're trying to work with you. They will come into your energy, and you ask them, bring this energy into me, bring this courage. And you start to visualizing and invoking the strength and courage you have inside of yourself. And whatever it is you got to accomplish that day, you go off and accomplish it in that energy. You are that wolf. You are embodying that. And so I'll go over that into the animal spirit guide section at the top. If y'all go and visit that, it tells you a little bit more about that, how to work with them. Thank you for the rose, love. How does one know what their power is? I believe my power is my energy, my personal energy. And that's all of our power. All of our power is our personal energy. Now, how that personal energy how that personal energy, what's the word I'm looking for, how it comes out of this reality just depends on what you've been good at from these different lifetimes. Like I said before, like, if you're a medium, it might have came easier for you to be a medium because these are different things you've practiced. Your soul recognizes this. This isn't a one day pony show. You've been through this. So it's all about discovering within yourself who you are, getting back to your true core. When you start lifting up the traumas and lifting back the veils of the illusion inside of you, your abilities started just flourishing through. They started just coming on board. Like, you would be like, oh my God, I'm more sensitive to energy. That's why with great power comes great responsibility. I'm more sensitive to energy. I'm seeing and hearing more, all this different stuff. That's because those things that you were holding you down, holding your energy down, that was weighing you down, you've released them. They don't serve you anymore. You release them. So now you're able to be back in your high vibrational self, and these different gifts that you have are now starting to come on board because they're not weighed down anymore. So yeah, so that's how it is, love. That's how it is, love. When you started doing this work, and even when you're not doing the work, that's why I said before, when you're not doing the work and these gifts come on board, that's why spiritual awakening can be so chaotic, because you're breaking down you're welcome, love. You're breaking down one paradigm, and you're learning more about your reality, learning more about who you really are. And it's like, what? It's like a whole fragment within your conscious mind can't even take it. It's just like, what? That's why a lot of times when people have a spiritual awakening, sometimes they do find themselves in a mental hospital because you're breaking down a whole paradigm. Thank you so much, love. Thank you so much. But yeah. And so, and like even in shamanistic cultures, like in this reality that we have, in this society that we build up, when people show mental illnesses, they look at it as you need a pill, you need this, whatever else. Shamanistic cultures, that's really an initiation for the next healer. That's really an initiation for the next shaman in the village. If you haven't went through at least one mental break, then you're not being, the spirits hadn't called you to do this work. So that's why so many people like, I feel like I'm about to have a nervous breakdown, and you have a nervous breakdown and stuff like that. Like, your soul isn't agreeing with this paradigm anymore. Your soul is like, I came here for a purpose, but you're getting wrapped up in this physical reality, and now I just want to give up. I'm tired. I'm breaking. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Yes. Oh yeah, I have experienced love. Yes, I have. I have been to a mental hospital before. Yes, I've said that on the live before. And what happened was, because I was already a medium, my gifts was already in that way. But in the mental hospital, a lot had to happen. I had a death in that hospital. Like, the old version of me legitimately died in that hospital. I needed to be there for so many different reasons. It was trauma mixed in. It was a premonition from these dreams I used to have when I was a kid. So it was my abilities mixed in, as well as the trauma mixed in. Those two things were conflicting each other. So, not you, I'm saying, to see, you have to, yeah. The shamanistic methods. Yeah. So in shamans, sometimes they will go, I was doing research, they will go sometime and do like a whole physical like death like ceremony. Depends on what culture you're talking about. Sometimes they will dig up like a grave and like bury those people like in that grave to make them face those different fears and stuff. So yes, like, this is your initiation. Like, are you really going to let this reality shake you? Or are you really going to stand up and stand in the power that you came here with? Like, you came here divine. You are divine. You are God, source energy in 3D form. You came here to experience. You came here to create life the way you want to create it. Eastern shaman practice. Do they do that? Do they do the burying? Yes, so you are kind of like, okay. I know I've read so many different shamanistic cultures. I didn't remember which one did it, but I know some of them do. So yeah, they go through a big initiation process because what they're doing, they're getting them to integrate with the spirits. They're getting them to integrate with these different energies that they don't know about themselves. And so you have to break from this physical reality to be able to integrate with those energies, because your conscious mind is like, this is crazy, this is wonky, I don't know what this is. And then your higher self is like, you really think this is all that it is? Like, the human eye can only see, I think it's what, 0.00 something 1% of what's really in the field. Like, that's not even 1%, you guys. We can't even see 1% of the spectrum. Like, I have a parrot, I have a blue and gold macaw. He sees more than we see. He sees in UV. We don't see it in UV. And we think that's all that is. We legitimately think that's all that is. Physical visualization is a tool. Yes. It really is a tool. Yeah, we said we need to survive. Yeah, exactly. But now that we aren't surviving anymore and we are getting into thriving energies, we have to integrate with those energies, because the same rules don't apply. When you're surviving, those rules don't apply to when you're thriving. Those survival rules will keep you locked in your thriving season. It will keep you locked, and you'll be wondering why you're still the exact same person you are today. 5 years have passed, nothing has changed, you're still in chaos, you're still getting attracting these same abusive relationships, or mentally, physically, or whatever else. You're still, depressed, you're still sad. You wonder why. Because you haven't accepted that. You haven't came into oneness with yourself. You're still living in something that does not serve you. And that isn't to beat yourself up, it's just to bring awareness. When you bring awareness to something, then you can work on it. If you're not aware of something, you can't work on it. Like, what is it to work on? Like I don't have a problem. I'm depressed, but I don't have a problem. It's everybody else around me. What? The veil of energy. Yes, I believe I see energy. Yes, and yes, love, you can see energy. You legitimately can. Sometimes when I sit out here and meditate and I go in a trance, I will legitimately start to seeing past this reality. I will start to seeing like the feels, the visual feels, like the moving, the energy. Then it would start breaking down into more vibrant, like it's like different layers of this reality when I can sit in a trance. Yeah. My phrase is learn, don't burn from experience. Yes. I love that phrase. Learn, don't burn from experience. Yes. I love that. I too can see energy here. Yes. And we all can. And then we just don't realize it. Like when we were kids, we were always seeing and hearing stuff. We were always communicating. When our parents said, "Oh, we just had a imaginary friend." Oh, that's just their imaginary friend. A lot of those imaginary friends are our guides and stuff that are helping us in this reality. I actually have a picture that I posted before of my youngest baby. He's 3, and one Halloween, it's a black cloak figure in the picture, and you can see it as plain as day. It's like in the window we were driving, and I didn't get any fear or anything from it when I saw the figure, but I communicated with my guides and his guides, and they said, yeah, that's one of his guardians. And you can see it, and I think I posted it on here before as well. But yeah, we can, when we were kids, we saw all these different things. We experienced all these different things. We were talking to different energies. My baby be in the room now saying bye-bye. Nobody's in the room with him, but I know he's talking to different spirits and his team. I'm like, okay, they gone. Okay, bye-bye. And one thing he would shock me out of nowhere, I've never said the word Shakti in front of him before. And this was like probably a few months ago. And him bringing that up made me start to research more into Shakti's energy. And that's the divine feminine energy that's within all of us. And he was just in the room saying, Shakti. I'm like, what? Like I knew the term. And I'm like, what? And I had to go and I'm like, oh my goodness, he's actually channeling the divine feminine energy right now. So whatever he's like, children know. Children know. My daughter says bye to someone in the house almost 2. Yes. Your baby knows. Your baby is talking to the spirits and talking to the ancestors and talking to... Your baby knows. Your child knows. Your child knows. It's us, these adults that are like, oh no, that's just their imaginary friend. That's why we closed down our gifts as a kid, because our parents didn't believe us and was like, That's just imaginary friend, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even remember as a kid. I remember my cousin telling me a few years back, she was like, you used to always talk about your dragon friend as a kid. And I didn't even remember that. Like, I legitimately didn't remember that. But knowing now that that is one of my spirit teams, you know, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I was legitimately communicating with my spirit team as a kid. Like, yeah. Like, we forget those things because society has taught us no, that's not true. It's your imagination. Your imagination is going wild when your imagination is what is connected to your higher self. Your imagination is what creates worlds. Your imagination is what manifests things into your life. That's why we don't know how to manifest correctly, because we didn't pull it away from our imagination. You did? You got your dragon buddy back recently? Yes. I love working with dragon energy. I so love working with. I actually have a dragon book by one of my friends, her friend, I know her as well. We're all in this little group together. We all talk together and connect. She wrote a book about dragons and how to channel those different energies. And I will actually do it's in the house, so I don't want to have to go up in there and get it. But I actually do a TikTok about that so y'all can see the book, so y'all can buy it if y'all want to buy it. But it's a wonderful book. It goes into different meditations to connect with your different dragon energies, with different planets that they're from and what these energies are. So it's a very, very good book. I love it. I'm afraid of the dark forever. It was then watching me. So I got my dragon back. I'm afraid of the dark. So let me ask you something, love. Are you still afraid of the dark, or is it something of the past? And if you are afraid of the dark, what is it that you feel like you are afraid in the dark? Let me ask you that. I've been told for dragons love watching me like a TV show. Fire dragon, well, that means it says a lot about your energy. This says a lot about your energy. That says a lot about your energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Dragons are some powerful beings. They worked hand in hand with some other powerful beings to help create this reality. And so, if you have a dragon friend, you have a dragon buddy, you were one of those. You have some powerful energy. You have some powerful energy. You have to remember that energy. You have some powerful energy. I slayed that fear, whooped it good. No more fear. Yes, whoop it good. Yes. Tell fear you're a false evidence appearing real. That's it. You don't have any place within my consciousness or unconscious mind, within my energy field. Yep. But yes, love, I don't want to talk too much on live because I don't like saying, like, I know what my energy is and who I'm connected to, but I don't like putting that energy out there for the collective. And it's a reason why, because you will get certain negative attacks your way. And even though I know how to deal with those energies and I deal with them all the time, like even when I put this course together, this protection course for you guys, when I say I had so many psychic attacks that week, I mean, I was drained. And I realized what it was. I was doing what I need to do to make sure those energies, they didn't bother me or whatever. But it was just like, Spirit was like, you know why? Because you're getting this course out here so people can learn how to protect themselves. You know, and I'm looking like, I know. I'm like, I know. But yeah, like, so yeah, so just those little energies, whatever. It is what it is. We need to talk dragon. Yes, we do need to talk dragon sometime. Actually, let me see if I can follow you right now. Let me see if I can click on your name and follow you. Okay, I am following you now. So we can communicate in the messages as well. So yes, I would love to talk about dragon energy. Yes. And what does that mean for you? And what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be using, your dragon is your ally. Your dragon is your ally to help you in this reality. So you're supposed to be connecting with those energies of your dragons to help you to bring about transformational in the consciousness, in the collective consciousness. So dragon work is very, very important if you have a dragon friend. Yes. Actually, my dragon friend, I found it out from my cousin a few years ago, and my dragon ally, we've been working more together these past few months. And so yeah, it's a lot with the energy, but it's a very powerful energy. Like, you can really call in the dragons to help raise the vibration of the planet. Do different kind of dragon meditations to help so they can help you to be able to get through whatever it is that you're getting through. So it's a lot to do with dragon energy. I felt like one said it around the house while I was purging. Yes, protecting you so those negative entities won't be trying to mess with you while you purging. That's exactly what it was doing. Protecting your energy so you could feel those emotions, flow through them, let them go without some negative, nasty energy trying to latch onto it while you processing your stuff. That's exactly what was going on. Trust me, I know. Oh, you guys, so I'm about to jump off. I've been on so long, but you guys, if you want that protection course, the link is in the bio. I've been talking to them, asking for guidance. Yes. Ask them for guidance. We need to connect more. So when we get off live or whatever, shoot me a message in the inbox or whatever. We connect more. I gotta get the baby. He's probably getting up and getting into stuff now. So let me get up in the house or whatever and get up there with him. But if you guys want this protection course, the link is in the bio. With the course, you get a one free call with me, one-on-one session with me. That's a part of the course as well. So you will get the coursework, everything that goes through it, and then you'll get your one free call with me at the end. Your 1 hour session is a soul transformational coaching call. We go through everything that you've learned to make sure you're implementing it right, as well as your animal spirit guides that are coming on board with you, so you can start working with those energies, as well as a protection meditation done by me. So all that is included within the course. The link is in the bio, it's at the very top. So I'm gonna get in the house. I'm gonna be making jewelry today to post on the site, and then we're gonna go get to the baby. So y'all have a wonderful day, and make sure you slay those demons. Don't let them be letting stuff get in your energy. If you need help, I'm here for you, and I love all you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back on next Sunday. So y'all be prepared. Next Sunday, I don't never know what we're going to talk about until Spirit just be like, let's go with it. Let's go. So y'all have a wonderful day. Peace and love, my Twitter flame, my spirit guides.